Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to It Is Real. My name is Bill McFerrin, and tonight we have in the studio my co-host, Ron Bagwell, who has been actually on a 2-month-long assignment. Ron, tell us a little bit about what we're about to see tonight.
Well, Bill, about 2 months ago, we got a call from a person that lives on the east side in Bellevue, and they were telling us a story about their automobile, which we found it, frankly, hard to believe when we first heard it. So we agreed to take a look at this automobile and see exactly what they were talking about. And to tell you the truth, what you are going to see tonight on this film is amazing. It's going to really change your perception of situations like this. So Don, if you would like to roll the first part of the video that we captured of this car and let the audience see what we have.
Okay, here we go. Go for it.
Real. I'm here on location today in Bellevue, Washington, to investigate the reports of a genuine haunted automobile. We're going to conduct some experiments here over the next several days, set up a remote camera, and have the camera film continuously to see if we can catch any anomalies occurring with this automobile. We know how hard it is to catch occurrences of such events when you're looking and waiting for it to happen. So we are going to allow it to happen at its own pace and during its own time. So if you bear with us here, we hope to have and show you some truly genuine haunting of this automobile. Thank you.
That's some of the most incredible paranormal activity I've ever seen captured on film. You were telling me that you couldn't get it to do anything when you were actually watching it, and you had to leave the whole film, the camera in place?
Yeah, that's correct, Bill. The situation was that as we stood there with the cameras rolling and we were trying to film any kind of happenings, naturally the car didn't do anything. It's kind of the same story when you take a car to a mechanic and you try to let him hear a noise. Well, it stops making that noise when you take it to the mechanic. Right. So we decided with this situation to set up a remote camera and film for a period of 48 hours. The night footage that we had, the lighting conditions were inappropriate to show those scenes from the night, but the occurrences happened at night as well as during the day. What you saw on this film and it's going to see coming up is kind of an assembly of the various clips which happened to this car during this 48 hours. And what you just saw was just the beginning. There's some amazing things to follow here.
Okay, if we've got some calls coming in here, we'd like to field some questions on this film.
We have a caller now, Bill.
Caller.
Hi, caller. You're on the air. Could I have where you're calling from, please? Oops, we lost that caller.
Lost him. We got a line open. The number is on the screen there, 421-5005.
We have another call now.
I'll
take this one.
Exciting.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Where are you calling from?
From Boston.
Hi, how you doing tonight? Do you have a question for us?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys were going to get naked.
No,
we refuse.
We refuse to get naked for such a serious subject, and we would appreciate some calls to kind of reflect the serious nature of this show we're putting on tonight.
Well, could you kiss the skinny guy for me?
Could I do what?
Kiss the skinny guy?
No, I think we better hang up on you. You're a bozo. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, we need to take some serious calls here. We don't need the clowns calling up. We have another call here. We'll take one more. See if we get a good one this time. Hello, you're on the air. Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello? You're on the air. Where are you calling from?
Well,
Sorry,
bye.
you're not calling from anywhere. Okay?
Well, could you tell us where, who belongs to that car, or who is the owner of that car?
Yeah, I can't. It's really tough for me to give the name of the person out that owns the car, because that person went through a very serious and sensitive time in their life. The situation has rectified itself now, though, but I don't feel comfortable giving that name out. We have another call here.
Let's see if we can get a good
let's
call.
try it one more time.
Yeah.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Oh, they're going.
Yeah, we
Keep going.
must be having a problem with the phone line tonight. Let me try one more, and then we're going to go to some more film.
we go.
We've got to try one more. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Where are you calling from, please?
Well, first of all, there's nothing serious about your show.
I'm sorry you see it that way. You've got a dial on your TV, and that's meant for turning it if you're not enjoying yourself. Okay, let's roll.
Well, wait. We should take a few more calls. We've got to get a couple good calls in.
Okay, we'll
We've
try
got
it.
plenty of time. We know there's skeptics out there, but we're serious. It is real.
Okay, we have the phone ringing one more
Yes.
time. We're going to take another call here.
Hello?
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Where are you calling from?
I'm West Seattle.
Hi, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, dude, I just caught the very end of your of the truck there.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a question for us?
I really don't get it. Is it haunted by what? Ghosts, spirits, demons? What?
We at the time when we filmed this, the first part you saw tonight, we weren't sure of what was affecting the car.
So was it like when people were driving it, were they like being like swerved off the road, with like life-threatening stuff like that?
It wasn't so much as life-threatening as it was just a presence that made the car behave in a certain way, like when it was sitting by itself, or when they were driving the car, they would feel certain tugs on the wheel and things like that. But it never really threatened their life. And there's some footage coming up here we're going to show in a few minutes where it is explained to us where the haunting is coming from.
We were called upon to try to figure out what was going on.
So are you like guys like real life Ghostbusters or whatever?
Well,
not Ghostbusters. I'd say more researchers. We're more in the research field.
we dabble
Really?
in many fields.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for your call.
Wait, did you ever hear anything about Wipeout?
That's funny.
Okay. Anyway, let's roll some more of the film now, Don, and we'll show some more of the startling
Yeah, I think
footage.
it's time to show the second half.
Welcome back. We have just finished 7 days of filming on the haunted car of Bellevue, and I think you're going to be amazed as we were of what we picked up. I'd like to introduce you now to a special guest on tonight's show. It's renowned psychic from Australia, Jaime Brown. Welcome, Jaime.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here today.
And Jaime, what makes you an expert on such occurrences?
Well, I've been in the field of metaphysical research and paranormal studies for about 15 years. I've taught on the subject. We've been monitoring activity here in the Northwest, and I have an extensive background of actual proven cases of very strange mysteries that have been right here in the Northwest.
Well, I personally think you're going to have your hands full with this case. You haven't seen the film yet. I have. This is amazing stuff. What I would possibly ask of you now, Jaime, is if you could tell me a little bit about your equipment that you brought to the site with you now to do your analyzing.
Sure. Now, first thing I'll have to say is I'm a little skeptical because a haunted car, haven't heard of them before. Okay, so I'm a little skeptical here, and I'm going to be really analyzing this with a hard scrutiny.
All right.
Okay, so I brought the best equipment to do this. What we have here is a plasma detector. If there's any plasma within 100 yards of this device, I'll get a reading, and it'll tell me the given strength of the plasma field. It's a very sensitive, very expensive, very exclusive device. There's only a few of these in the world.
And I think we're going to put that instrument to a test today.
And then ectoplasm, if on the chance this is real and we find some ectoplasm, we'll want to analyze it for the chemical composition and so on. And that's what this is for. I extend this and I can suck in some air surrounding the ectoplasm and actually get a little sample of the ectoplasm if we're lucky enough, and we'll take this back to the laboratory and get a full spectral chemical analysis on the substance.
Well, sounds good, Jaime. One more thing. What is that around your hat, that light? What is the light used for?
Well, in a lot of cases, it takes some infrared stimulation to see these ghosts. Okay? And even though I'm attuned to this and I can see an awful lot, this helps me sometimes. It brings the outline of the ghost, and especially in a bright day like this, it's a little easier for me to see it. So this is running all the time. In case I see any spirits move, they'll show up to me because of this.
All right, Jaime, let's move a little closer to the car. Bring the camera with us and tell us what you think.
Okay, here we go. This looks like an ordinary car to me.
It looks like an ordinary car, but after you see this film, you're not going to think so.
Oh.
What's the matter, Jaime?
I feel something really strong.
Like what? Could you tell the audience?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, I'm not sure if I can go through with this.
Manage to calm Jaime down, and we're going to go on with the investigation. Jaime, how are you feeling now?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel something very intense here.
Well, let's move towards the car, and maybe you can use some of your tools and instruments to see what you can pick up. I myself can't feel a thing. So we're watching Jaime now. He's using his, I believe it, hold it. There's a noise emanating from the car. Whatever Jaime did with his tool, with his instrument, he has done something. We have a sound. We have a voice coming from the car. I think we should get away from the car right now. There's something amazing happening here. What did we pick up? What was that?
I don't know. This was some sort of spiritual apparition of audio centralized in the cab. I am shaken. I am totally shaken.
That was one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. I didn't understand a word of what was being said, but I don't know about you, but I need a few minutes here to gather myself here. I just can't.
Well, that was a very trying experience for me. Hey, Don, I just had a thought. We're going to have our production engineer. We'd like you to, if is it possible, that voice that was emanating from the car, it sounded almost to me like Latin or another language like that. Could you possibly play that backwards? Is there a way you can cue that up?
You want to actually run the field tape backwards?
Could you do that?
I would like to run the voice, that part of the voice backwards, because I've got a suspicious idea about something.
Okay, Ron, stand by.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do.
What was that?
I don't know. This was some sort of spiritual apparition of audio centralized in the cab. I am shaken. I am totally shaken.
That was one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. I didn't understand a word of what was being said, but I don't know about you, but I need a few minutes here to gather myself.
Okay, here we'll go backwards.
Okay.
When the Lamb had broken the seventh seal, there was silence throughout all heaven for what seemed like half an hour. And I saw the seven angels that stand before God, and they were given seven trumpets. Then another angel with a golden censer came and stood at the altar, and a great quantity of incense was given to him to mix with the prayers of God's people, to offer upon the golden altar before the throne. And the perfume of the incense mixed with prayers ascended up to God from the altar where the angel had poured them out. Then the angel filled the censer with fire from the altar and threw it down upon the earth, and thunder crashed and rumbled, lightning flashed, and there was a terrible earthquake. Then the seventh angels with the seven trumpets were prepared to blow the blast.
It must not be.
Okay, that was incredible.
Thanks a lot, Don. I think it's time now that we take another call. I think we have a caller on the line.
That was something.
I'm still
that
shaking.
was strange.
Hello, caller. You're on the line. Where are you calling from?
Kent.
Hi, Kent. What's your question tonight?
I'm just wondering how short the guy was that was sitting there playing the pressing that play button and stuff.
Yeah, I can understand why somebody would think that. There was no one in the car. What you're seeing on the show tonight is absolutely real.
No, nobody in that car.
And hence the title of our show, It Is Real. So it's fine to be a skeptic, but we're just letting you know what we're reporting here.
Thank you.
You're right.
Okay, that was some amazing footage, and thanks, Don, for playing that backwards.
And it was English too. Sounds biblical to me.
Oh.
You're the Bible scholar here.
Well, I would say it's from Revelation. I'm not quite sure the chapter or verse of Revelation, but it was definitely something to do about the opening of the seals. And
at that point, we thought maybe we have something spiritual going on here, but later on we find a little different.
Could be. Let's take another call here.
Okay.
Hello, caller. You're on the line. Where are you calling from?
No shit, I'm on the line, boy.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Oh, yeah, thanks for coming me up. Hey, hello?
Do you have a question?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah, I heard that tape. My grandma's got it, dude. That tape you guys were playing in the truck.
Yeah?
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, it's a tape. Hey, see, you just admitted it's a tape.
No, what about the tape we're playing here? I thought you were talking about.
No, the tape in the truck. See, I caught you guys' little scheme. My grandma's got that same tape.
Your grandma?
Hey.
Well, you better get off her now. Okay. So that was some pretty startling footage there. We have more to show you of what's happening, what happened with this interview, and what happened with Jaime. We have another caller here. We probably need to take a call and see if we can actually get some legitimate questions on this very serious subject. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you please tell us where you're calling from?
West Seattle.
Hi. What's your question tonight?
Is this really real?
Yes, this is really real, hence the title of our show, It Is Real.
You motherfuckers are stupid.
Oh, wow, you need to learn. You need to clean your
mouth. Fuck you, asshole.
Okay, that's a good call. Boy, they get better as we go through the night here.
We would like to encourage anybody watching the show tonight that has any halfway sense about them, that aren't half-wits, please call us and ask us some legitimate questions. We have some more film to roll here, so we'll show a little bit more of the interview with Jaime and see what transpires. Roll it, Don.
Exposure. We still really don't know what we're dealing with here, but Jaime has agreed to try to tap into the car, to the spirit force around the car, and find out what the story is and see if anything can be done to put this spirit at ease. Let's take a walk with Jaime now. Okay, Jaime, what is your next step here? What are you going to try to do?
Okay, I'm going to try to communicate with the entity, the spirit, whatever force is here.
Okay.
I have a special equipment to do this.
Okay, let's give it a try.
I don't know what to expect here.
Okay, I don't know what to expect either after what I've seen so far. Okay. I've never seen a setup quite like this.
This will attract the spirit, if there's any here.
Spirits are on an electromagnetic force, so I believe that's what he's trying to do.
Something. What? Who? Frank? His name is Frank. Frank. Frank's angry.
Why is Frank angry?
You did? What? How? What? Oh man, Frank died of a heart attack.
And where? In the car?
Frank. No. Frank, come back. Don't go. Frank. Okay, Frank. Where were you when you died? Were you just driving this car? No, he wasn't driving. He was laying down in the back.
Laying down in the back. What caused a heart attack by laying down in the back?
Frank, don't go. Don't go, Frank. Okay, Frank. Yeah. What? Okay. Why did you have a heart attack? Frank, why did you have a heart attack in the back? Tell us. We want to know. This is crucial, Frank. We've got to know. I see. I understand.
Why did he have a heart attack?
Frank was with a prostitute.
Frank was with a prostitute and had a heart attack.
Yes, and Frank is stuck on the earthly plane. He can't leave this vehicle, and he's angry because he's here for eternity. He can't leave. He's stuck in this vehicle. Frank, are you there? Frank.
Did you lose him?
I lost him.
Okay, we must find a way to release him from the earthly plane.
Okay, Frank's got to leave now. Frank, are you here? Frank, don't go, Frank. Frank, move to the light, Frank. It's okay. It's okay, you can do it. Move to the light.
Well, Jaime, what happened here?
Well, you know, I think Frank left.
Where did he go?
Did you see it? I saw his spirit leave, and I think Frank went to the light.
I saw a vapor of some type leave the car. And I don't know exactly what I saw, but I know we caught it on film.
There's no force left. I'm reading 0.
Is the car clean now?
I believe the car is clean.
I believe the car is clean except for what's on the front of the hood. I've never seen anything quite like this. It was not here before.
We are lucky. We are so lucky. You know what this is?
I have no idea what this is.
Frank left ectoplasm.
Well, what can you do with ectoplasm?
We're going to collect some of this because this is important.
All right.
This will give me a spectral analysis. And I'm collecting data. There's a microprocessor at the very base of this device, and I will take it back to the lab. We'll do spectral and chemical analysis. And now we're going to take some actual physical sample of it here back to the lab. And this stuff evaporates fast, so we've got to get it. We've got to move fast.
Well, take what you need, but this stuff's going to have to be washed off the car.
Okay, there we go. We got a good. That ought to be enough. This is phenomenal that we actually got this. Okay.
Thank you. This is one of the most amazing accounts I've ever witnessed. I mean, I'd like to thank you for joining us today.
Fascinating.
And I'd like to return us to the studio now.
Good work, Ron. You obviously did a lot of work on this. I'm going to ask some questions here that I'd like you to field here. Like, for instance, what happened to that ectoplasm that you found on the vehicle?
Well, the ectoplasm, what was left of it, it evaporated very quickly. We had it tested in a laboratory, and it turned out to be mainly a protein conglomerate of a protein substance, amino acids and protein, and it broke down so quickly, that we only had a chance to get an initial analysis done on it, but it was something like they had never seen before in the lab.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's take another caller here. We have a few more minutes. Let's see if we can get a good question here. Go ahead, caller.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Monica from Seattle.
Monica.
And I was just wondering, we were watching this and it just doesn't really seem very credible.
Well, we realize that there are skeptical people out there, and if any show you see on TV, you're going to find people that are skeptical of what's shown. And paranormal experience is not something you see every day.
No, and a lot of times what people are used to seeing, I think, are the Hollywood productions of what are supposed to be paranormal occurrences. And when something that is absolutely real comes along, it doesn't meet that Hollywood level of expectation. Something real a lot of times might appear not to be. What you're seeing tonight, this is very much real.
Well, I don't think I'm a skeptic, but what exactly would Jaime's credentials be that would qualify him to make these kind of
Yeah, well, Jaime Brown, who was a psychic on the Australian continent, is renowned in Australia for his research into the psychic phenomena field. He's done much research at several major universities in Australia, and we plan on having him on, by the way, as a future guest. So when that happens, we would appreciate all the calls and all the questions for Jaime, because he's ready to answer these questions.
Very good question. Thank you for calling.
Sure.
There we go. Hey, we got a good call. I did see some vapor leaving the vehicle on the film. We captured that. I don't think that's ever been filmed before. That was pretty amazing. Well, we got another call. Let's see if we can get another good call.
Okay.
You ready?
Sounds like a good plan.
Oh, lines are open. Here we go. Go ahead, caller.
You're on the air, caller?
We lost him.
Okay.
Okay. One more caller. Let's see. Lines are open. 421-5005. Haunted car. No more calls. What? One? Can we do one more? One more. Here we go.
I think we have a quick call.
Go ahead, caller. Real quick question.
Yes. I was wondering exactly why.
Oh, we got a call from hell or something.
That might be from Frank the Ghost.
Can't have that. That was pretty scary sounding in itself.
That was scary.
I think it's time we better start.
Yeah, I think we better wrap this up. Thanks everybody for staying tuned for our show. Our next episode will be Mind Over Matter, and we hope to have that on in the tail end of July. So keep your eye tuned to Cable 29.
And that will be a very interesting show. The Mind Over Matter.
Good stuff planned for next month. Stay tuned.
Give us some good calls next time, too, by the way.
Yeah, we'd like some good calls.